Hey guys! So, as we all know, Joe Biden was inaugurated today, maybe yesterday, depending on what time zone you're in. And firstly, I believe congratulations are in order for my American audience. You ended fascism, you toppled a dictator, ended racism. At least if you're watching the media, that's what you'd think was happening here. I literally saw a picture that a guy posted on Twitter where he was crying. He posted a picture of himself sobbing, saying, "I can't believe this moment has occurred." Sir, you are a grown man. This was an election. There was no war that occurred. There were no death camps that existed in America. I seriously worry that we have people in their old age that buy into the media to this degree, to that hysteria to this degree. It's scary times to live in. But talking about the other side, if you were a plan truster, this wasn't even Joe Biden who was inaugurated. Clearly, this was Donald Trump, who had gotten serious facial reconstruction surgery. Just wait. Just you wait, the big reveal is coming. It's been a crazy election season, crazy few days for everyone. I'm sure as Americans, it was very chilling to see the inauguration where it basically looked like the end of Game of Thrones, where the Mad Queen had come in and it's just troops upon troops. There are more troops in the Capitol than in Afghanistan and Iraq combined right now. 26,000 just marching the streets to protect an inauguration that's being attended by a bunch of flags. So that was pretty chilling for me to watch as well. But my predictions here, I do think that after this moment, for the next few months, we are going to enter a period of bliss. Not necessarily for people who voted for Trump, but for general liberals in the population, the media, Hollywood. They are genuinely going to feel that the age of chaos is over. COVID situation, you're finally having a man in office who's going to ensure no one gets sick with COVID anymore, or it's handled appropriately. The riots not going to happen anymore because we have a progressive leader who cares. There's going to be unity and social cohesion. We're all going to love and hug it out now. It's going to be better. And of course, this belief is going to be fueled by the media and has been fueled by the media. I don't think anyone is under the impression that Biden's going to be perfect, but there's just been such a stark difference between Trump and Biden signaled to the public that despite the fact, even if they don't think Biden is perfect, they still feel it's saint versus Satan. It's heaven versus hell, dictator versus democratic politician. So there's going to be this brief period of bliss, but it is going to be brief because, well, Biden is going to be able to sign a few executive orders. He'll put America back in the Paris Climate Accord, reverse all these things Trump did. The real problems in America right now can't be fixed with a few executive orders. They are social problems. They are issues like the fact that half of America believes the other half are neo-Nazis and want them dead in some cases, or at the very least, completely censored. That issue is not going away unless Biden decides he's going to do a complete overhaul of the media, which he's not going to because they are supporting each other. They're working together. Riots in the streets. That's not going away, in my opinion. Why? Well, you look in March, you're going to have the trial of Derek Chauvin, the guy who put his knee on George Floyd's neck, which resulted in his death, and the cops that were there, they're all going on trial. What happens if Black Lives Matter don't get the result that they want? They're going to riot. And are Kamala and Biden going to get rid of the police? I don't think so. The reality is that Biden is kind of a boring president. He's an establishment Democrat. He isn't an AOC outsider type. He's not a Bernie type. He knows not to disband the police because he knows that's going to lead to complete social chaos. He knows that's going to lead to skyrocketing crime. And you look at someone like Obama before, even he wasn't that different than Republican politicians. Obama actually deported more people than Donald Trump did. He sent plenty of drone strikes, had wars going on. Him and Joe built cages to put people in at the border. Not that different from Republicans. And eventually the progressive left, some of them already do realize this. I see them posting about it. But eventually the wider left and the people who are supporting Black Lives Matter, they're going to realize this. The police aren't gone. Nothing's happened. Black people are still being shot in the streets. Actually, America isn't that different from when Trump was in office, and you guys haven't done anything to fix these big asks that we have. Because, quite frankly, it doesn't matter who's in office, Trump, Biden, Obama, Bush, because shootings are going to happen. That's just the reality. And there's going to be this slow waking up of the populace. The media are going to cover for Kamala and Biden for a long time. They'll do fluff pieces. They'll probably come up with some sort of phrase and talk about how this is like post-traumatic Trump syndrome. The nation is still dealing with the residual effects of having Trump in office, and they'll be able to blame this for a while, maybe even a year, maybe 2 years, and say all of the social issues, the COVID issues, the race riot issues that are still occurring, that's actually just residual stuff spilling out from the Trump administration and era, but Biden's going to fix it. Biden's going to fix it. But eventually that mask is going to fall. That facade is going to drop because you can only cover up these things from people for so long. There's going to be economic fallout from COVID. You're going to see mass censorship of conservatives continue. You're going to see continued social cohesion issues. And as this continues throughout Biden and Kamala's term, it's going to be harder and harder and harder for the media to cover it up. And they will try to cover it up because if they decide to go as hard on Biden as they did on Trump, it totally delegitimizes everything they have done for the past 6 years. They can't go around telling you Donald Trump is Satan, Hitler, all of these bad things combined, and then suddenly treat Biden the same way when they were acting like this is our savior come to fix America. And post-Trump, once you get the Democrats in, it's all going to calm down. No one can be as bad as Trump. All of these people are being killed because of Trump. The reason there are riots, the reason there are shootings against Black people in America, that's all because of Trump. If they apply all those problems to Biden, which are still going to occur under him, they completely delegitimize themselves and everyone will realize they're frauds. I think you definitely have to be prepared to see some serious infighting within the left and Democratic circles because you're going to have progressives very frustrated with the fact that not much has changed. You're going to have them completely pissed off with the Democratic Party, and Biden and Kamala are going to have to make the decision to either raise and burn them and try to kick them out of the Democratic conversation altogether, or to embrace them and have absolute chaos policies being put forward by their administration. So get your popcorn out because I think you're about to see a serious dilemma within left-wing progressive and Democratic circles. And also, just for the wider populace, once again, I don't want anything bad to happen for any administration. We all want America to thrive. We all want healing for you. But my one hope is that no matter what, I think the Biden administration is not going to be this perfect administration or better administration than Trump. I think things are going to get worse in America as poverty hits from COVID, as you have more and more social cohesion issues, more and more censorship. This is all going to get worse. And my only hope for America is that this is going to wake a lot of normal people up to the lies that the media have told them. They spent years and years telling you that once you get Trump out of office, things are going to be so much better, so much better. And when Biden comes into office and that doesn't happen, I really hope this is a huge wake-up call for the American people that this organization, these media conglomerates portrayed themselves as this bipartisan fighting group for truth, when in reality, they are just a partisan wing of the Democratic Party, progressive policy, and they aren't selling you truth. They're selling you a utopia that you want to hear. And the result of that utopia has actually caused more and more suffering in America and more division in America. So once again, I hope for the best, but these are my predictions. One more thing, I do believe a lot of people have had the prediction that Kamala is going to take charge from Biden, some part in his administration because of mental health or just health issues in general. I don't think that's out of the question. I'd say maybe 2 years in, if it does happen. We're definitely in for a wild ride. My two hopes is that he either is super, super boring, or at the very least, this is a huge wake-up call for an American people who have been lied to for so long by the media about just how much more perfect it's going to be when Trump leaves. And in the wake of that realization, they reject media lies and begin to embrace more truthful and realistic solutions to their problems. Anyways, thanks for watching this analysis and predictions. Let me know your thoughts below, and I will chat to you next time.